Hello, people, and happy Sunday night. I hope everybody's okay and everybody's doing well. My thoughts go out to all the people in Texas. It's a brutal thing, but we don't want to dwell on that. We just want to be positive tonight and kind of have some fun. So, couple last week's live stream, we did the 1,300 sub giveaway. But since then, we blew by 1,500 subs, and now we're blowing by 1,600. So this is going to be a giveaway for the 1,500 subs. And this is a good one. We've got two knives tonight, and in the description for this video, there's a link to one of my other videos that you're just going to go in there and put the hashtag to be entered in, and we're going to use the comment picker later. So I have to adjust this a little bit because it's so far away. I can't see my own screen. Hang tight, folks. All right. I think that's better, right? Well, it's yes and no. All right. Hang tight. All right. I think that should be good. No. I gotta go like this, I think, and a little. Can I do that? Let's see. Does that work? All right. So we have Brown Sugar in the house. Angelo, hello there. Adventure Man, Greg Vanderlip, Joe Kasperick, Bobism, Book Dragon Jen, my wife. Michael, hello there. And if anybody's new here, welcome. This is the Adventure50 channel. We do EDC gear and knife review videos and a whole bunch of other stuff. But so how's everybody tonight? Fook, what's up? The Maroney, hey, how are you guys? Nicholas Summers, hey buddy, how are you? All right. So I'll wait for a few more people to get in here, and we'll kind of go over. I'm getting some weird alert that's coming through. William, hello there. And Valley, hello. What is that thing I'm getting? Whoops. Okay, I don't know what that was. Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to make sure. I'm doing well, Nick. El Cap Attic, hello there. Rams is silent. What's up? Okay, good. You guys can hear me. So, now I have this thing, this weird thing showing up over the screen. So how many do we have here so far? 35. Geek Machinist, what's up? Okay, excellent. Thanks, Brown Sugar. So this was kind of a, every week I go over all the news. Jim Cox, what's up? Every week I go over. Brooks, hello there. Matt Hour, hello. Douglas Wagner. Definitely compressed on the audio. Okay. Fuzzy video, that shouldn't be. That might be the internet. But I don't know. Oh, wait. I have one other thing to do. All right. So you guys know every week, we start the show by going over what came into the channel. Well, this week, not a lot came in. It was just a very slow week. But some stuff did come in. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this knife that came in. This is the CJRB Leard. And this one, I won from Big Red. This was part of Big Red's members giveaway. And I won this one. Really kind of nice knife. This one directly goes after the Benchmade bug out, which I happen to have mine here. size-wise, very close to the bug out. Handle shape, very similar to the bug out, right? Blade, obviously this is sheep's foot, so the blade shape's not the same, but blade is about the same length, right? They feel close. Obviously the bug out's a little narrower because it doesn't have liners, but where the bug out comes in at, you know, almost $200 or so, these come in at like $49. They are about an ounce heavier, but you know, the blade steel is in you know, the AR RPM 9. But if you're going for that style, you could easily use this and be just as happy as with the bug out. But you kind of see where they're going with this. It's their budget version of a bug out. You know. And by the way, that's the bug out that I did the video on with the upgraded scales by Flightanium. They're holding up really well, by the way. I don't know if anybody... Ginger Fisher, you're right. Everybody goes after the bug out, but it's still the king of the hill. I mean, people buy bug outs like they're going out of style, you know. I mean, heck, I have 2 of them, you know. But if you're, you know, if you are really want that style knife and don't want to spend a ton of money, I mean, this is it. Access bar lock, super fidgety, and really sharp out of the box. You know, deep carry clip that's reversible. Just a great little knife. I really like this. And, you know, like I said, I won this in Big Red's contest, so in Big Red's giveaway. So that's kind of how it works. You win some giveaways, you set up some giveaways. It's all kind of fun. Then the second knife that came in this week was this one. And this is a really attractive looking knife by my friends over at Free Tiger. So it looks like a much more expensive knife than this is. D2 steel, sheep's foot. It's about a 3.5 finger grip because of the way the back slips down, but you got excellent jimping here. It feels really good. Now this is not titanium, this is just steel, right? And you've got that really nice back spacer in there. Addicted to blades too, hello there. If I'm missing people saying hello, I apologize. But if you look at this knife, this looks like it should be an expensive knife. But this one comes in at a grand total of $17 on Amazon. They were running low on this. And again, this is Free Tiger. As you guys know, I've done reviews with Free Tiger. I've worked with them on collaborations. And I've liked everything they've done. This is no different. You know, it's a frame lock, but it works really well. You know, and it has something that's interesting that I don't know if everybody knows what this. Kevin Santer, what's up? Anybody see that little detail right there on the top of the knife? That little cutout right about here. Let's see if I can put something behind that so you guys can see it better. Can you guys see that little cutout right before the jimping? Right here? Anybody know what that's for? You guys know what that little cutout's for that's right there? You see it nice right there. Sean F., what's up? We got 60 people in the house. Excellent. Robert Willoughby. Yes, exactly, James. It's for a ferro rod. That's a really thoughtful little detail that I like. That makes it easy to scrape a ferro rod and get sparks. You know, really, really nice detail for a knife that, you know, is $17. D2, you know, yep, exactly, Ron. It's for a fire starter. And hello, Ron. But that's exactly it. So this is something else that came into the channel. Inexpensive. And I kind of like it. It really feels nice. It cuts really well. Mick Ranger. So there's that. That came in. And then something came in this very little box. If you guys saw my short today, and this is the NAFS Lander 6, just a tiny little guy. Gentleman of honor, hello there. See that little puppy? That makes a nice addition for people who like to carry like the Swiss Army, which I have right here. Let me grab that out of the pocket. For people who like to carry their SD Classic, this kind of gives that a little bit of a run for the money, you know. Um, but it's not meant to be like a Swiss Army knife because this has a back lock. So there's no blade play in this whatsoever. So it makes it safe, makes it a safe little keychain knife, you know. But it's really nice looking little drop point blade, super sharp, FRN handles. It's grippy for a little thing that's only basically a 2-finger knife. And then you throw a lanyard on it. Just makes a great little keychain knife. You know, size wise, let's pull this one out, blade wise. I think it's a better blade than on my Swiss Army knife. You know, it's a little bit bigger of a blade, beefier blade, and obviously this doesn't lock. You know, this is much safer if you're looking for something for a tiny little knife. But that came in. And that's really all that's new as far as knives that came in. Obviously, I'm still in love with this knife, the Ferro Monster that Joe Casberg gave to me, which I will never be able to thank you enough, Joe, but I love this knife. Just such a beautiful, beautiful knife. And like I said, this came in last week and blew me away. When Joe gifted this to me, absolutely incredible. Now, something that came in that isn't knife related is this package here that came in from MadYocco. So MadYocco, I've got a tube of the MadYocco, the knife wax, which I'm going to do a video where I apply this to my K-bar. But this is great stuff. Food safe too, which is really great. So if you guys haven't purchased anything from MadYocco, in the description to this video is a link with a coupon code where you'll get 15% off your first purchase from MadYocco. So the wax came in, and that's good stuff. What I like too is it's food safe. So I have a tendency to cut my apples with my knives and that sort of thing. So we'll just put this out of the way. And then this is a new hank. Whoops. A new hank that Yocco made for me. Henry G, hello there. I love Yocco's hanks. And I love this pattern. This one's really cool looking. And of course, on the back side, you've got the glow-in-the-dark thread. And of course, Yocco's maker's mark right there. So yes, this does match the lights behind me. But yeah, just another excellent hank from Yocco. He's the only hanks I use. I like what he does, and I like the fact that he's part of our community. So he also included some stickers, the original MadYocco logo in there, and then one that I just dropped, which is this kick-ass MadYocco skull logo. So, but that's as far as like that kind of stuff. But I made a discovery at my local Walmart. You guys know I'm into watches big time. And by the way, this is a Bertucci field watch. Really great stuff. But I didn't have like everybody who collects watches, and I don't know if anybody else here collects watches, but I love watches. And everybody, even people who have really ridiculously high-end watches, also collect Casios. And I only have one Casio up until now. I have a Casio G-Shock that I absolutely love. It's the Royal Oak, which is just one of their best. And that light went out again. Oops. Sorry. Never mind me. I'm just turning that light back on. So, with that, my local Walmart, and I would assume other Walmarts, I haven't checked any, but they having a big clearance on a lot of Casio watches. So the first one I got was this one. This is one of their retro inspired watches. And these are regularly around 20 bucks, 24 bucks in that area. $5 on clearance. So if you're someone who's looking for an inexpensive watch that looks good, $5 right now at Walmart. So you can't beat that. But can you? We can. This watch was released by Casio 2 years ago. And this one is known as their G-Shock Killer. So what they did was they released this version, this watch, right? And this one looks very similar to their base G-Shock model. But these come in at like $39 or so. And these are really fantastic watches. Like if you watch the reviews, people love this one. And it's got that stainless steel bezel around it, really nice looking. And hey, Tom, these right now are on clearance, $7. $7 right now at Walmart. They're usually $39. So another great deal. And last but not least is this, and this is the Casio Tough Solar with the running lap keeper. So these are generally $42. Again, $7 right now, clearance at Walmart. Really heavy duty watches, these two. Like you could EDC with these, have no problem. They're both, waterproof too. I appreciate that, Dwayne Letterman. But these are some really good bargains. So if you're looking for watches, or if you just want a cool looking retro watch, like I said, $5. And these two are currently clearanced out at $7. So you may want to check your local Walmarts, see what they have. I don't know. My Walmart still had a bunch left. They also have a bunch of Timex on clearance, but nothing that I was interested in, to be honest. I have a couple of Timex already. I have two different Expedition watches by them that I really love, but I didn't really have anything that I wanted. But there may be something that you may like from Timex, and they have those on clearance right now. It's a bunch of watches. So. Okay. I just want to do one thing. I got to get my screen. This is driving me bananas. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but it does. Yes, thanks, Tom. Yep, only 80 people in the chat and only 50 likes. Come on now, we can do better than that. And I appreciate if you did better than that. So if one of the mods could go into the description and paste the entry link in the chat, that would be great. So, because we're going to use the comment picker, and we'll get to what the giveaway is in a little bit. But it's a 2-knife giveaway, so that's going to be good. And we had 2 knives donated to the channel, and I'm really floored by some folks' generosity here. Hey, William, I saw your new um, Aries custom knife. I don't know if you got my message, but I messaged you on that. Um, yeah, looks really good. If you get a chance, check out your Instagram or your Instagram or I think I hit you up on Facebook. Check out your Facebook chat. I sent you a message on there about the Aries custom. So, oh, it's that yours is gorgeous. Absolutely. Hey, Josh, welcome in. Cicero, what's up? Hey, Fred. I should say Ed, not Fred and not Fed. It's Ed, I know. But how's everybody doing? Marshall, are you here? I didn't see you, but I think I saw you. Nope, I think I saw you. So, so what's everybody carrying today? Let's find out what everybody's carrying. I'm just curious. There you are, Marshall. I'll show you what I'm carrying today. I'm carrying the CJRB Malaya. Actually, this is the more Malaya. This is the bigger one. Carrying this today. Really fun knife. I like this one a lot. You know, I like the Swags designs. Boca Piranha, nice. Benchmade bailout, nice. Kaiser drop bear. Spyderco Manix 2. 3 knives. Nice setup there. Spyderco PM2. Black G10, nice. Pyrite Light, nice, Ed. EDC King, I should say. Griffin Scout, Fixie. Walker Blade. Nice, nice. Speaking of CRKT, I'm carrying this Fixie, the CRKT Minimalist. This has those upgraded Flytanium scales. I really like this little guy. You know, most of the time I carry my T-Cal, but I just for some reason like carrying this one. Such a fun knife. But we'll get that out of the way. And then of course I'm carrying, you know, my SOG Power Pint, and you saw the little Swiss Army knife. Hey Marissa. The bug out, just with green canvas, my car. Nice. I have not seen one with green. That must look really nice, Kevin. The Sencut Glide Strike. That's a nice knife. Minimalist buoy. Let's see. Roadcraft Better Steel. I missed. I got lucky. I was able to get in on the gateway, but I wasn't able to get the one I wanted. I wanted the abalone handle, and by the time I was at work when that dropped, and I just couldn't get to it quick enough, and there were just two left. There was the I forget, like the black micarta or something like that. One they didn't want, and then the one with the red handle. I wound up with the one with the red handle. That's going to be coming this week. But I was really happy I got in on that. You know, but from what I've been told, don't fear if you didn't get one, because unlike other Jack Wolves that aren't going to be reissued, Jack Wolf is going to be releasing these again, and because they want to make sure everybody can get into them. You know, James, don't worry about it. Like I said, there's going to be more gateways coming. They're not going to be limited like the other Jack Wolves. Um, so just hang out and wait, because they'll be back again. Yeah, Josh, that is the best looking one. But I also like the red because it goes with a lot of other knives that I have. For instance, where is it? It's in this pocket. Problem when you have a lot of stuff in pockets. Like I love this one. This is that Rough Rider Barlow. But this is a great little knife. I love this thing with the red bone handles. But you know, has great walk and talk on this. Not like some of my Rosecrafts, but Still a really good knife, you know. But so I hope everybody, we have a lot of friends in the knife community that are in the Texas area. I hope everybody's okay. I haven't heard of anything, you know, happening to anybody in our community. So, you know, got my thoughts out to those people. You know, but oh, those lights are going off again. These new lights are funky. But what do we got? Yeah, that is terrible that those kids are missing. You know, I just it breaks your heart when, like, obviously you don't want to see anybody, die or go missing, but it's even worse when it's kids. Don't mind me. I'm trying to get my sheath out so I can get my minimalist back in its sheath. Oh, that's good to hear. It's good to hear that they're all okay. But yeah, it really makes you sad when you find, when it's kids. It's just, you know, it's just heartbreaking. But unfortunately, we're in a world where things happen, and not always for the best. But all right, I don't want to bring anybody down. We'll move on from there. So, are there any releases coming out that anybody's excited about? Like, what about that Vosti Vombat? That thing was pretty sick. Sol Seven, what's up? Kaiser Arrows. Yeah, Kaiser has some interesting things coming out. I was looking at the website. Jimmy Crow, hello there. So you guys know, one of the knives that was donated for the giveaway tonight was from Jimmy Crow. So you guys know what he does to knives. So you can kind of expect something similar without giving it away yet, you know. And then the other knife was donated by Unprofessional Dad. Chris sent one for the giveaway. So both knives, like I said, were donated. So thank you, Chris at Unprofessional Dad, and thank you, Jimmy Crow. Appreciate it. Thomas McDonald, hello there. I have I had the wingspan. That is a great knife. I had it up last week on the live. I put it away, but that wingspan, out of every knife I own, is the smoothest deploying knife of all of them. I mean, I've got lots of knives, and I have never had a smoother deploying knife. I can reverse flick it, thumb flick it, like, just it works. Just, it's so smooth. Like, you don't even feel like, it's almost like, I don't know what the word is, but it's just ultra smooth. It like when it flies out of there, it flies out. It's almost like there's no resistance, but not in a bad way. Like, there's no detent. There's definitely a detent, but it's just smooth. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Yeah, Greg, that's the one I have with the silver twill carbon. That it's just amazing. But you're slow with it. Hey, Ron, when I first got into the knife community, I didn't I thought I didn't notice that the names were spelled different, so I thought you guys were just related somehow. So my bad on that. I think it was Weldon Carey. I was like, are they related? Weldon Carey's like, no, they spell names differently. Like, oh crap, didn't even realize that. So yeah, you guys, I thought you were brothers anyway. So there you go. Brand new American, what's up, buddy? Hey, brand new American. I'm not sure where you're located, but it's the time of year for riding. I hope you've been out riding a bit. It's that time. I have to actually. I haven't been on the bike yet this year. I was gonna I was gonna work, get it out this weekend, but it was so damn hot. I mean, it hit like 97 degrees here today, and I just did not want any part of working on the bike. Not that it needs any work, but I just need to charge the battery a bit. You know, I was like after sitting over the winter, even with the tender batteries, you kind of weak until you get full charge out of it, and type of thing. Probably do a oil change on it, but yeah, I can't wait to get out riding. Yes, yes, Jen, I will get out riding. Get out of your hair. Maybe if you guys have girls' day out next weekend or whatever, I'll hit the bike. Yeah, it was ridiculously hot. Yesterday was a beautiful day. It was like 82, 83 degrees with no humidity. I hung out outside most of the day yesterday. It was just really nice out. And then today was just murder. Like I know people say like, oh, like you talk to people who live out in like Nevada, and they're always like, well, it gets really hot, but it's a dry heat. Screw that. Hot is hot. Like it wasn't even humid today. It was 97 degrees, and I sweat my nads off. I hate the heat. I really do. I know some people love it, but Brian White, hello there. But I am not a fan of the heat. If we just had spring and fall weather all year round, I'd be so happy. Roger Baker, what's up? You know, I'm not a I'm just not a summer guy. I just don't like it. Too hot. Charlotte usually has nice weather. That is San Diego weather. If San Diego wasn't out in California and wasn't so damn expensive, I'd love to live out there, but you know. See, I don't mind winter weather at all. Like my thing is this, like one, I find snow fun. Yeah, it's inconvenient, but I still even as an adult find snow to be a lot of fun. And you know, and my thing with the heat is like I could like right now I have the air conditioner on in this room. And by the way, I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but I have the air conditioner on here. I can hide in an air conditioned room and not be outside and be very happy because I hate the heat so much. See, in the winter when it's cold, I can just layer up. I can put base layers on, bundle up, and I'll be fine. In the summer, I can only take so many clothes off until the cops come and take me away. So that's where that stands. Oh yeah, William. William, I know guys who ride all year long, even in the winter, and I think those guys are insane. Especially here in the Northeast when it's like 15 degrees, and these guys are out riding. And what scares me about that is not the cold, because you can bundle up for the cold, but it's the black ice and the hidden ice patches that you don't see. You know, Actually, my last crash that I had on the bike was because of a patch of black ice that I didn't see. I generally try not to ride at night, and that has nothing to do with. It's just because my vision isn't the greatest. So during the day, it's much easier for me to ride than at night. Because I have an astigmatism, sometimes when lights come at you, for people who have astigmatisms, they know you wind up seeing circles and stuff. So I try not to ride at night, you know. But of course, going back 2 years ago, it was um, it was in March, and we had warm weather, and I went out and I was riding home, and swear not no more than 2 miles from my house, riding by the local high school. I hit a patch of ice. I was up. Next thing I know, I was on my side and I was down. And that crash was pretty bad. I wasn't going fast, but I got all beaten up. And no, you did not miss the giveaway. Giveaway still to come. We got some time. We got some time. So, but that was the crash that kind of really messed me up for riding for a little bit, you know, and it was of course a patch of black ice. So that's why I don't like riding in the winter. Yeah, exactly, Nick. The lights, man, and you get that glare. It's hard. It really makes it hard sometimes, you know. So how many people are in the giveaway so far? I hope everybody's getting in there and liking that video and putting in the hashtag Maxpedition. But yeah, exactly. This you do. You get that starburst effect. You know, it's funny because right now I have these ring lights that are right here, which I'm sure you can see in my glasses. I have the ring lights to either side of the camera, and those give me some wacky reflections. Like when I look forward, it's almost like a glare, like a star pattern. You know. Yes, I've seen Key and Peele's. Yes, Key and Peele, man, those guys are hysterical. I wish they were doing that show again. Now I know they kind of went their own different ways, and you know, one's making serious movies and that sort of thing. But I love those guys. I love the substitute teacher with the names. One of the greatest bits ever. How did he stroke when you were 11? Wait, go back there. Yeah, Malcolm. I can only imagine. You know, we went to Gettysburg, PA for the 150th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg, and we were out watching the battle, and my wife and my friend Rick both wound up with heat exhaustion, and somehow not to, which is strange. And we watched like the whole reenactment of the battle and everything. We got back to the hotel and they were dead. They were just wiped out, and I somehow wound up avoiding the heat stroke like they had. 115 degrees out there. No, you can keep that, Mick. All the way down from the last. Man, that would be nuts in the winter. By the way, if anybody wants to watch a cool channel with somebody riding motorcycles really long distance, watch Itchy Boots' channel. For anybody who doesn't know, Itchy Boots is this lady from, I believe, from Denmark. Denmark? One of those Scandinavian countries. And she rides all over the world by herself, going from country to country. The one series, and she posts like every other day, like a half-hour video of what happened in the prior 2 days. You know, and man, her channel is just fantastic, and the fact that she rides these places that most people wouldn't even go visit because they're told these countries are too dangerous, and she gets in there and she rides this little blonde woman with blue eyes from Europe. Yes, from the Netherlands. Right, Jen. That's right. She's from the Netherlands. And she goes to these countries and stops, talks to people, travels. And these people come out of the woodwork and help her. And that's when you start to realize that these people in these countries that we don't necessarily like or we have bad things to say about, it's not the people that are bad, it's the governments. So like when she's in the middle of Mexico, she rode up from South America all the way up to Alaska on her one season of shows. And she was stopping in, all these different countries. She's in Mexico, and like she doesn't know where to eat, and she's pulling in, and she stops at this house. And this woman's like, "Come on in, I'll make you dinner." And she makes her a family dinner, and like sends her on her way, gives her water and stuff. And it's just like, man, you would think like she'd be petrified to go to all these places, and she's not. She's probably one of the bravest people on the face of the planet. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, she didn't spend a lot of time in the U.S. because the U.S. is so expensive to travel through. So she kind of just cut through until she got up to, like, I think it was Arizona or somewhere, where she met up with a friend who took her on all these back roads and whatnot. And she rides a Honda adventure bike, so she's going off roads. They're taking her bike, putting it on these rowboats to get across rivers and stuff. I mean, it's just insane, her channel. And she's got a new season. I don't remember where she's going now, but, hey, Kelly. But yeah, check out her channel, man. And she's got over 1 million subscribers. In fact, she has a New York Times bestseller out right now of a book she published about her adventures. Just a quick background was she was a chemist who worked in South America, and after she made a boatload of money, she had to go back to the Netherlands, and that's when she decided she didn't want to go back to the working world, and she decided to become a YouTuber and just travel by motorcycle. Yeah, Itchy Boots is just a great channel. She's great, Nora Lee, But definitely, it's, even if you're not into motorcycles, just her adventures are so much fun to watch. And you're always like, why would you go down these roads and you go into these countries? But she does it, man. She does it fearlessly too. No, the giveaways here in the live stream. It's going to be a little bit later. We usually are on for 2 hours. I don't know how long I'm going to make it tonight because I am exhausted. We may do only an hour tonight. We may do 90. I don't know. It all depends on how, like, if I get a second wind, But yeah, we'll do the giveaway live here. There is if you go into the description for this video, there's a link there to take you to the other video where you can enter the hashtag Maxpedition to be entered into the giveaway, and we'll use the prize wheel. Hey, Stacy, how are you? How are you doing? Everybody, Stacy's in the house. We all know Stacy. She's awesome. One of the OGs. But by the way, you guys are really awesome. I got to tell you, this channel's been growing, and all of you have helped and supported, and between watching videos, coming into the lives, I really appreciate it. So much so. Justin, what's up, buddy? Oh, and by the way, that knife that I showed you I was carrying before, this was a win from Justin's giveaway. But I changed the scales out on it when Justin sent it. But yeah, I won this one in Justin's giveaway. So, knock on wood. My desk, I think, is somewhat wood. I've been pretty lucky with some of these giveaways, So there was the big giveaway on Legion Steel's channel today, and that goes to help Bluminati Ninja and Twisted Sis, and it was great what the community did for those folks, and you guys can still help if Kelly or one of the mods, if you want to put up the GoFundMe link for Bluminati and Twisted Sis, that would be awesome. I know probably 95% of the people in here know their story about, losing their house and everything. But there might be some people who don't. So, Bluminati Ninja and Twisted Sis are really good people in our community, and they lost their house to the tornado. And there's a GoFundMe set up that you guys can donate to them. And like I said, they're really good people, and anything everybody can do would be great. Thanks, El Cap Addict. I appreciate that. So Ron Crow had a great live yesterday. I'm outside yesterday, and I'm literally sitting reading, and I'm getting notifications from my YouTube studio. I go in and I'm seeing one of my videos is getting with a hashtag Ron sent me. So Ron Crow, for his giveaway, was sending everybody to my channel to leave the hashtag. And that's a lot of fun, but it confused the crap out of me when he first did it. Because I was like, what in the hell is going on here? And then I had to go, I was, like I said, I was outside and just enjoying the weather, and I was like, I had to go back in so I can get online and be like, what the hell? But that was a lot of fun. Ron, I appreciate that. That's awesome. But yeah. Yes, Ron rated my channel, yes, and I greatly appreciated that. So, anybody know what this guy is? One of my favorite little knives. This is the Victorinox Swiss Army Mini Champ. Such a great little knife with a ton of tools on it. We'll fan these out. So you can kind of see like all the different attachments on here. Sir. All right. Oh, I love my Swiss Army knives. They're my favorites. To this day, like with all the knives I have, my favorite knives will always be my Swiss Army knives. This guy has a ton of tools. Look at that. Look at all the tools on that tiny little guy. You've got your scissors, you've got your awl, you've got your package cutter, you've got your file, your nail file, which also doubles. You've got your ruler, right? Nope, that's not the rule. I'm sorry. You got a flat blade on there. You've got a Phillips blade, Phillips screwdriver here. I thought, yeah, Phillips screwdriver with a bottle opener. I mean, this little thing, and this is the ALOX version, so it's got the aluminum ALOX scales. I like this one because I like the look of it better, but I should have gotten the one with the regular green, with the red scales or the black, because this one doesn't have the toothpick or the tweezers. But it's a really cool knife. I have a Leatherman Micro, and I don't know if I agree with that. It's a different type of tool, though. I mean, this thing's so small. I mean, look at the size of that thing. It's so tiny. It's no bigger than the regular SD Classic. And it's only slightly thicker, and it packs all those tools. I don't look at this to be like a Leatherman or, that sort of thing. It's just a different type of tool. Speaking of which, where's my Leatherman? Leatherman, where are you? Are you Leatherman? Thought it was on the table here. Yeah, maybe not. I thought it was. Oh, it's over there. But One Moon Collective, what's up? Did anybody take advantage of these sales that were going on with Olight this week? Just curious. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, this isn't for heavy work. This is just, you throw this in your pocket, you forget it's there because it's so small, or you put it on a keychain, that type of thing. It's not meant to replace, you got the Arcfield Pro. Excellent. What I like to do is take advantage of, yeah, I didn't like any of the new releases, but for the collection, I had to get the new mini guy, $4.99, because yes, I collect Olights. Yeah. I mean, Titanium Justin. That's what I ordered as well. I do like their mystery boxes. If you order like one of the mystery boxes, um, I didn't do it this time, but last time I ordered the mystery box, and I did. I got the Arkfeld UV, which I already had one, but for the price you pay for the mystery box, and you don't know what you're gonna get, like I still have that. Oh wait, I've got a bunch of these, like from the different collections I haven't even opened yet. You know, I've been using some of them in giveaways, um, but I think I ran out of all the ones for the giveaways right now. But thank you, Jen. Appreciate that. Yep. Nice, James. The one thing I will tell you, so my Olight sphere died. Like it died and wouldn't take a charge. You put it on the charger, nothing would happen. You turn it on, nothing would happen. So I reached out to their customer service. I sent them, through the customer service form. I sent them, telling them what happened to the light. They answered me back in 10 minutes saying that I would get contacted by someone else in customer service who would take care of the problem. About 10 minutes after that, I got an email with all the shipping details that they shipped out a new one. So from 20 minutes from when I put in the, the problem that I told them about it, they were shipping me out a new one. And I think I got it in 3 days. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody at OI. That's not true. I know some people at OI from the OI Facebook group, but I mean, yeah, I mean, their customer care is just. I couldn't believe how quickly they didn't even squabble or anything. It was just like, okay, it's not working. Fine. What's the serial number? I gave them the serial number. Boom. All right, we're sending you another one out. Like I said, I had it in 3 days. You can't beat customer service like that. And you guys know I'm working with Workos right now, doing videos with them that they've sent stuff to the channel, and I like their stuff. But I'm still a fan of Olight. You know, yeah, EDC King. That's what most people tell me that um, is that they love their customer service, and this was the first time I ever had to use it. And it was awesome. You know, but I like working with Workos now. Now they're doing some really good stuff over there. Through Night, I like their flashlights. Nebo, I like their stuff. Um, and Woman. Woman's doing some great stuff. Although the G5 that everybody for the last month has been doing videos on, and everybody's saying how great it is, the only person who I know knocked it and pointed out some of the faults with it was Marine X. On his channel, he actually showed some of the things that's very wrong with the G5. So I don't know. I don't have one. Gotcha. Gotcha. Justin, have when you there's supposed to be the lockout feature, right? And I know I'm probably not going to explain this properly, but because I don't have it. But Marine X was showing off how the lockout feature wasn't working on his light, and he was showing some other things. But you know, it is a handy small little light though, and it's not expensive. I mean, you know, they're constantly running that on sale for 19 bucks. But I just haven't gotten one. I just don't have a call for one. You know, Workos, by the way, just released their version of the O Clip. This is the O Clip Pro, but they released their kind of clip light like that. Workos. It looks pretty good. It has some features that kind of look cool, multicolored lights and that sort of thing. And those are selling right now. Yeah, I have a couple of Woobins too, and I've had no problems with them. Actually, that's not true. I had a problem with Woobin as well. The Woobin, oh, I'm gonna go get it. Hold on. I'll be right back. Do 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 do. Talk amongst yourselves, people. All right. Where's my Woobin? Okay, there it is. All right, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I do this every live because I forget, or stuff comes up, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I have to talk about that. So I have this Woobin. We've all seen this one. And I've got the extension tube for it so you can make it longer, and I've got the headpiece and the sensor so you can use the headlamp. Problem I have with this one is it doesn't turn off. Like after you charge it, you've got the blue indicator light on it, and even when you turn it off, the indicator light stays on. It's not supposed to. So I reached out to Woobin, and they were actually really good too. They sent me one out, and because they sent it from Amazon, I literally got it the next day. I got the replacement, and that's the only problem is when they sent me the replacement, they screwed up the color. Mine was the tan. When I got the replacement, they sent me a black one. And this thing's great. Like, I love this light. But you see how you have the blue, when it's on, you've got the blue indicator there. When you turn it off, it goes off. On this one, and this one has no charge because I haven't charged it, when you turn it on, it'll stay on, and the blue indicator light never goes off. So it drains the battery. So I don't know, what caused that, but they were really good with that too. And this is actually a really great light. This is the E7, and on it I have the extension tube and the extended battery in there. So really great light though. Make all you guys blind. But yeah. So yeah, I like Woobin as well. I'm a flashlight junkie. My wife, who is listening in, she could attest to that. I love my flashlights. I've got flashlights everywhere. Yeah, I've got flashlights everywhere. Whether it be little guys, whether it be one of these giant mag lights. Great thing about a giant mag light is that they're heavy as hell and they make a good weapon if you need to. How many people do we have here? 96 people. Awesome. Awesome. So, Wyoming Adventures. Hello there. What's up, Sheila? Glad you're here. Sheila, make sure you get a comment in the entry video. That way you get a chance to win. We're having a 2-knife giveaway. So, Fred the Lug, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here. Very cool. By the way, anybody notice my Harry Potter shirt? Because I'm a nerd like that. But, yeah, I mean, just on this desk alone in front of me. Oh, we've hit the 11 o'clock hour. That's awesome. So just in front of me on this desk, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, with the 2 I just put down, 5, 6 flashlights just on this desk alone. Not to mention what's next to me and over there and in the other rooms. But yeah, I guess you could say besides collecting knives, watches, I collect flashlights too. Although the buying of the flashlights is slowed down because not really a lot new that's thrilling me out there that I don't already have multiples of. you know. Also, too, I didn't think the sale was that great on Olight this time around, you know. Old man on the ridge, is that you? Did I see you pop up in there? Hello there. How are you? So, just so you guys are aware, we are now what are we? I forget. We're like 247 watch hours away from being monetized. I believe that was the last total I saw. I thought we were going to get it this week, but we didn't. But that's okay. We're getting really close, you know. No, I don't cut. I'm not a smoker, so I don't really. I have one Zippo lighter, and I don't even have. I put in the plasma torch, the electronic plasma torch. I put in there the rechargeable. So I mean, basically that's in that goes like wherever I go, like with hiking and stuff, anywhere I might need a lighter, and that's all redundancy for me because at any given time I have like 4 or 5 different ways to make fire with me all the time. So, you know, but yeah, so like I was saying, I am very close to being monetized, possibly by next week, I'm hoping. I've got some ideas for the Adventurers Club, a couple of different levels. I've got some ideas for doing members only videos and members only giveaways type of thing to kind of give you an incentive to being a channel member. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I don't want to jinx it, but we're getting very close. And that's thanks to all you guys. I mean, all hanging out, So it's time for, and I picked this up from my friends over at Legion Steel, Marshall and Larissa, who I love you guys. It's time for dinner check. What did everybody have for dinner tonight? Oh, well, we could talk music. We'll get there. But right now, it's time to check up on dinner. I will tell you that Miss Adventure and myself, we had Chinese tonight. I had one of my favorites. I had pork chow mein with fried rice. Whoa. Grilled chicken, nice. Chicken and broccoli. Right. Miss Adventure, chicken and broccoli. Spaghetti. Mexican, awesome. I love Mexican food. Nice. BEDC, what's up, Brian? How are you, buddy? Buffalo chicken, nice. Dinty Moore beef stew. I've enjoyed a Dinty Moore beef stew more than once or twice in my life. It's a chicken. Nice. So, by the way, if you guys, and I know probably like 90% of us here are already subscribed to Brian's channel, but BEDC does some awesome videos. I love his videos. And Brian's a really good guy. I got to tell you. Taco Bell, there's nothing wrong with Taco Bell. Now, you want to hear a funny story about Taco Bell? When I lived in Brooklyn, this is going back to like 1989, 1990, right? I'm like 20 years old or so. There were no Taco Bells in Brooklyn to be had, but they opened up one in Queens. So for people who aren't in the New York tri-state area, from my house, it was probably about an hour drive to get to Queens where Taco Bell was. And literally every Friday night, every Saturday night, me and my buddy Eric and a couple of friends would be like, what do you want to do? All right, let's go get Taco Bell. And we'd make these midnight runs because Taco Bell was open till like 2 a.m. And we'd make these runs from Brooklyn to Queens, get Taco Bell, eat it on the way back, and just BS, and then go to the bar. No reason to have a check, man. I just tell the truth. That's one thing about me. You always know where you stand. I tell the truth. If I don't like your channel, I tell you. But no, I love your stuff, Brian. You're awesome. So yeah, we would run out, do a Taco Bell run, and then the bars in New York stay open till 4 a.m. So we'd get back like around 12:30, 1 a.m, and then go to the bar, all loaded up on Taco Bell, and then start drinking beers after that. Oh, it made for some pleasant mornings the next day. But yeah, we were so into Taco Bell back then. And I'm not going to lie. every once in a while, I still love Taco Bell. Oh, speaking of snacks, I got it. I got it. Hey, Jen, if you're listening and you're still in the other room, can you bring in the bag of snacks that we got tonight? I want to show everybody this kind of cool stuff. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. You're awesome. So we were at Five Below getting what I thought was a new light that's going to work for me, but I don't think this is, because this new light that I got, the one I just turned back on, is attached to a Bluetooth speaker, and apparently if there's no music going through, it shuts itself off after like 10 minutes. So I'm probably going to wind up bringing that one back and getting a new light like the other one that spins. By the way, has anybody seen Lou? Anybody seen Loser at all this week? I haven't seen him. Thank you, honey. And he won the last giveaway, but he has yet to send me his information. So, and I would like to get him his prize. But so check these out. These are Vlasic pickleballs. These are like cheese doodles, but they're round balls that taste like dill pickle. I don't know if this is going to be gross or if this is going to be awesome. But giveaway will probably be around, what time is it now? It's 11, probably around 11:30. So saw him yesterday. Okay. Because if anybody sees him, let him know to. Oh, wait, Lou is here. But you're on chat strike until we get spinning lights back again. Lou, email me. I want to send you your prize, damn it. Or if you want me to give it to somebody, let me know and give me their information. I'll get it to them. But you didn't send me any information, so your prize is still sitting there. But yeah, I don't know if these are going to be nasty or not. I happen to like pickles, but I don't know if I like pickle cheese doodles or cheese puffs, whatever you want to call them. You know, but I'm willing to try anything once. I'm one of those people. You know, but Lou, I promise you, next week we'll have the spinning lights back, not just the flashing lights, because I miss the spinning lights too. You know, but well, I'm glad you're here, Lou. I appreciate that. You know, but yes, that's a new snack that I'm going to try. It might be gross, El Cap. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm one of those people, like, when you go to, like, the state fair and stuff, I like fried pickles. Some people don't. Like, my wife thinks they're gross, but I love fried pickles. So, you know. Anybody else like fried pickles? Because I think deep fried pickles are awesome. But then again, pretty much you can deep fry anything and make it awesome. Not healthy, though, but awesome. Pickle pizza. I have not had pickle pizza. That sounds interesting. See, someone agrees with me. Fried pickles are awesome. Ron Crow agrees. All right. So there are some votes up for fried pickles. You know, what I love is like, and mind you, I lost a ton of weight, so I try not to eat garbage anymore. Occasionally I'll do something like this or whatever, but we have the state fair coming up, the New Jersey State Fair in August. And when you're at the state fair, you have to get deep fried Oreos. You know, they batter those things, they deep fry them. There you go, Stacy. See, glad I'm not the only crazy one. Joe, they cut the pickles up into into little round slices, and then they batter them and they deep fry them, almost like an onion ring, so to speak, like a fried zucchini type of thing, except they're doing it with pickles. And I just think they taste awesome. You know? Yeah, exactly. SC Knife Monkey. Stacy, I think you need to be a mod. No. Oops. Hold on. Stacy, I'm going to add you as moderator if you don't mind. But If anybody's got channels up there, please put them in. Feel free to link them in the chat. I don't mind. You know, I like everybody's channels to grow. You know, Stacy is awesome. I agree. Sure. Chocolate covered fried bacon. Yes, we have had that. That is awesome. First place I had chocolate covered bacon was at this donut shop called Congdon's up in Maine. I believe it was in Maine, where they make potato based donuts that are like huge, and they have lines out the freaking door for these donuts, and they are amazing. And that was the first time I had chocolate covered bacon. You know. Hey, Craig Vincent. Hello there. Man, my eyes going cross. By the way, I don't know if anybody watched T. Kell's live stream this morning. Found it interesting that he's developing his own steel. I don't know if anybody was checking that out or not. I was talking to Aries EDC this morning in the afternoon about it. Me and Scott were talking back and forth, you know, and there's also he was telling me about Pops Steel. Pops is a steel supplier for people who don't know, and they have their own proprietary steel right now that's supposed to be a step up over like ADCR, you know, and apparently what TCAL is working on looks really interesting as well. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. What I'm gonna do, I think I have to get a mount for my iPad, so I can instead of using my phone, I'm gonna use my iPad for the chat because I have to keep getting up close and staring at the screen, and because I wear progressive lenses, I have to put my head up to see, so it kind of sucks. But that's that, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with eventually the iPad Pro will be up there. It'll be much easier for me to see, but I have to get a mount for it because this thing's heavy. The standard mount that holds the phone won't hold this. So, but at some point, I want to get a different desk than the table I'm working on now. If anybody watched my video on the Maxpedition uh, pouch this week, I used a different shooting. I shooting somewhere else in the house, and I didn't like it. And I've shot 3 videos with it now that are going to be coming out, including one that's coming out either tomorrow or Tuesday. I forget what I scheduled it for. And that's going to be on one of the new Rosecraft fixed blades. And I don't like my camera setup in it. So I have to figure out something because I think the camera was too low to the table and it wasn't wide enough view or deep enough view. And I kept moving and not realizing I was going off camera. So I think I'm going to change my layout again. But I tried to do something different, tried to give it a different look, and I didn't like it. Unfortunately, I have 2 more videos that are that way. But yeah, eventually, like I said, we're going to move into this to make it much easier to see the chat for myself, you know. So it's 11, just about almost 11:15. You know, we're going to start revealing the prizes around 11:30 and be wrapped up, you know, not soon after that, and then we'll just talk a little bit after that, you know. But anybody want to see the worst multi-tool that was ever invented? I've got it. That is this big monstrosity of a multi-tool. This thing was made by a company called Resolve. Anybody ever see this thing? It has all these nut drivers in here, right? Because it has what folds out to be a driver on it. You've got a bottle opener as another attachment, right? Then on the other side, you have a multitude of screwdrivers. Yeah, you've got 4 different screwdrivers, an awl, and an Allen wrench, right? And then, of course, there's a knife in this. 2 knives, actually. You've got a knife with a serrated blade. It does lock. It's a liner lock. And then on the other side, you have a secondary knife. If I can get that out. Because I don't think you can get that out with... What is that? Can I get the other one out? Oh, no. Sorry, that is not a knife. So it just has that. This is the worst multi-tool ever. This was given to me as a gift years ago when I worked at Home Depot. Yeah, right? It's big enough. I mean, this thing's got to weigh, seriously, a pound. This is the worst multi-tool. And of course, it was given to me as a gift. Oh, it's not very portable. I kind of have it sitting here on the desk because sometimes you just want to grab a screwdriver real quick, but definitely not a usable tool or anything you want to carry around. Hey, Derek, I didn't realize you were here. Good to see you, Derek. But that may be the worst multi-tool that was ever made. I mean, for the same weight of this, I could carry probably 3 Leatherman tools and still be slightly lighter than this. And I love my Leatherman. I have multiples. What is that under there? Oh, but real. Just trying to catch up with the chat, see if there's anything I missed. Nope, I think we're good. So there's some of that. Did I show you guys this? Last week? I'm not sure if I did. This is the Atomic Bear Stealth Pen. I have a review video coming out on this. This is kind of cool. I think I showed you guys this, but in case I didn't, or in case you didn't see it, that's the Atomic Bear Stealth Tactical Pen. You've got this nice jagged point up here, so if you had to use it for defense purposes, very easy to use it there. You've got the fidget factor because it's bolt action, which is really cool. It uses standard Parker refills. It'll use the Fisher Space Pen refills as well. Nice clip on there. What I like is it looks like a pen. Like some of the tactical pens I have, you could tell right away they're tactical pens. But this one you could take into the office, and on top, you pull the cap off, and then you've got a window breaker right there. Which actually, this tip is really, really sharp. I'd even be afraid to tap my screen with it because probably break it. But cool pen sent to me by Atomic Bear to test out, and so far I've been carrying it around. I actually put it back in the box so I could do the video with it. But really cool. Whenever you buy their pens too, they give you this little card where you can scan it, and they actually have self-defense courses that you could take for free with using a tactical pen. So just kind of cool. Exactly. Those hostile corporate takeovers, they could get pretty vicious sometimes. 100%. So, it just occurred to me. My wife's usually asleep by now, and it just occurred to me she's up because she took off from work tomorrow. Forgot about that, Jen. So that's really cool because you can get me out of the house tomorrow. So, generally speaking, I get up and because my wife has a long commute, much longer than I do, and I have to leave. She has to leave way before I do. I usually get up, prepare her breakfast, and get everything squared away for her, so she can leave the house and get out of here pretty quickly. But when she's off from work, she'll get me out of the house, which is kind of cool. Which means I can sleep in a little bit tomorrow. Because I did not take off from work and I have to go in tomorrow. Lou, you know who has a video class on tactical pens, fighting with tactical from Forged in Fire, and pretty cool stuff. You, tactical pens could be a lifesaver in a situation where if you're in a situation where you can't carry any type of weapon or anything, but you can carry a pen, could be a lifesaver. Who knows? I've never thought of using one, but oh, staplers. No, I didn't take off. We were originally thinking about going away this weekend, but you know, being off Friday, we're gonna make it a 4-day weekend. But then we decided not to go away, so I just didn't want to burn the time. She's got way more time to use than I do. Nice, nice. So just real quick to kind of sum up the rules. Um, Hashtag in the comment video. You have to like. You also have to be subscribed to the channel. Um, you have to live in the USA. Not going to mail anything overseas because it's just too expensive. And I'm sorry if you are overseas, but you have to live in the USA. You have to be over 18 years old. Um, and one comment only. When we do the comment picker, we're gonna filter out multiple comments. No, I don't run out of sick days yet, but I've used a bunch of vacation and sick days this year, so I don't want to burn them because we still got a long way to go in the year. We've got a half a year left, so and I do plan to take some vacation. You know, and also too on Mondays, it's hard for me to take off a Monday in my office because there's nobody there on a Monday who could really do my job. So that makes it kind of tough. Other days of the week, there are people who could step in for me, but not on Mondays. Yeah, if somebody has a U.S. proxy, that's fine. 'Cause I'm still mailing it in the USA, so that's fine. You know, once I mail it to the proxy, I don't care what happens after that. You guys can do what you want, get it to whoever, however they want. You know, but well, that's true. That's true, Lou. You could do that. I wouldn't do that. Nor would I go to Mexico. Um, not that I have anything wrong with Mexico. It's just there's a lot of places, even the resorts now, are becoming unsafe. So not where I really want to go. Just a lot of problems. But we don't want to talk about that. And that light go off again. This light's gonna drive me nuts because yeah, I think I'm gonna take this one back. I don't like it. By the way, did anybody watch any of Black Sabbath's last concert yesterday, or Ozzy's solo parts that he did as well? There was some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, it looked amazing. I have a friend who was actually there. She went, and I didn't know she went until today. She was posting live from there, and kind of cool stuff. But um, really awesome. I mean, I feel really bad looking at Ozzy. He wasn't able to stand. He was singing from a throne in the middle of the stage, and the one thing I do like is he wasn't lip syncing. He was actually singing, and you could tell because he was struggling at times, and I prefer that than somebody, lip syncing. So, but it is the end of an era, absolutely. But it was so cool to see like some of the jam bands that were put together to play some of the classic, Black Sabbath and Ozzy solo stuff. I love when Billy Corgan was out there. I mean, he did a great job. Just there were so many great musicians that were at that, you know. Yeah, well, it was kind of sad because like Ozzy, in his prime. Well, Jen, you saw Black Sabbath live. Ozzy would run around the stage. He was animated. He was full piss and vinegar, even at an older age. And now he just looked so frail sitting in the throne. It was really tough, but they sounded really good. I mean, his voice, not so much, but I don't mind. Like I said, I'd much rather have that than the lip syncing. This was they did the last show from Birmingham, England, and it was on pay per view. But there's so much of it on YouTube that people were in the crowd just recording it. Full people put full sets up, and I mean, it was really kind of cool. But yeah, definitely. If you didn't get a chance, check it out. They did some really good stuff. Ozzy wanted to do it. He wanted to have one last performance because he misses it. I've heard him talk. He misses the hell out of performing. And with that being said, it looks like they're gonna because he's still recording music. He just can't stand up after the accident. You know, I mean, but you know, he wanted to do that last performance, and that's why it was such a grand. It was an all-day festival type of thing. Just I mean, all around England too. They had all like I've seen some of the video from all around England, and they had tributes to him everywhere. And to Black Sabbath, and it's really kind of cool. But definitely was fun watching some of the stuff. You know, so we're almost at 11:30. Once we get there, we'll start going over what's in the prize box. So what I don't have here, well, doesn't matter. Does not matter. We got it over there, but hey, Boominati, I hope you're doing well, pal. Hope everything's all right. You know, but get back to talking about the Ozzy thing. I mean, Metallica performed. There was so many bands that Anthrax was there. You know, you had Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. He was the music director who put the whole thing together. You know, I know the only person who backed out of it for some reason at the last minute, Wolfgang Van Halen backed out of doing it. I don't know what happened there, but um, you know, but there were so many rock stars there just paying tribute to Ozzy. It was pretty awesome. I shouldn't just say Ozzy; it was to Black Sabbath, but obviously Ozzy being the front man, he's going to get the attention. But all right, 11:29. Let's talk about the knives. Okay, so the first knife that's in the giveaway is from QSP, and this is we'll get it out. So in the QSP box, which everything just fell out, you have your QSP warranty card and the information card about the knife. You've got your Have a Knife Day penguin sticker because this is a penguin, but I'll show you which one it is. It's not just an ordinary penguin. And you've got your QSP penguin sticker. But what we have here is the QSP penguin with the glide lock. So this is the new one. And this was donated to the channel for the giveaway by Unprofessional Dad EDC. Chris donated this. He saw that I made I passed the 1500 mark, and he was like, I'm going to send you a knife for the giveaway. So there it is. I love the new scales that they're using. And of course, you have the glide lock, which everybody knows is an access lock. They have this nice, beautiful swedge with that sheepsfoot blade. And look at that. That action is awesome. So that's going to be the first one in the giveaway. And it's got the deep carry clip on there. It is reversible, and they did include a filler tab, which is really nice. What they did not include, which would have been cool, would have been extra Omega springs. But I have 2 penguins now, and in fact, I have a penguin that I won from Gareth HB's giveaway that was customized by Jimmy Crow. So this one is not. This is just standard, but this is the newer glide lock version. I don't have this. Both of mine are liner locks. I really think I want to get this because this is just nicer than the other two. And the handle, look at the scales on that. I don't know if you can see the texturing. So much better than the original, you know. But you know, in comparison, again, this is another knife that's kind of going into that bug out territory. Before I showed you guys the CJRB Lyrid, look at that. Very similar knives. The Penguin's got a slightly smaller handle. No, it's about the same, you know. But 2 knives that are going obviously after the bug out. But to quote B's blades, everybody needs a Penguin. And would you look at it? Just look at it. Again, quoting B's blades. B's is awesome, by the way. I love his Friday night hangouts. But the only thing is they're 4 hours long. My God. But yeah, so that's awesome. That's the first knife in the giveaway. And again, this was donated to the channel by Unprofessional Dad, EDC, Chris. And he's awesome. I've been talking to him a lot lately. Really good guy. Really, really good guy. And so if you win, go by his channel and say hello and thank him for the giveaway knife. Now, the second one, does everybody want to see the second one, or should we make it a mystery till after we draw the prize? Tell me what you think, real quick. Does everybody want to see it before we go into the prize wheel? We've got yes, let's see it. Lou says mystery. Show us. Mystery, mystery. Let's see it, let's see it. Let's get a few more votes. It's pretty even right now. It'll be depressing. Show it. Show it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Surprise. Show it. All right. It looks like more people want to see it than not. So, this was a knife that Jimmy Crow sent. And he sent it along with this note. This one has the blade. This is the note he sent. And he said the blade is etched in a battleship pattern for the 1500 giveaway. So let's open it up and show you what we have. Jimmy is awesome. So we're going to take this puppy out. This is a big chunker of a knife. It's also one of the knives that I don't have in my collection that I want. And I'll never have it in this particular finish. So this is a knife by Rosecraft. And I forget the name of this one, but it's this guy. Look at this. And this thing is a beast. Look at that battleship pattern that Jimmy put on there. That is awesome. That is a big knife. It's a chunky knife. Absolutely awesome. You got those beautiful red accents around the pivot. You've got the deep carry clip that is reversible. You've got the red liners inside. Just a awesome, awesome knife. And of course, you've got the Jimmy Crow customization right there. That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to lie, I'm jealous that somebody's going to win this and I don't get to keep it. But so those are the two knives. As usual, we're going to have all kinds of stickers in there. There's going to be a swag pack. And there's going to be a monkey fist that has been provided by Kelly, our very own Kelly White, which is right here. Oh, no. I have this one nearby, but the one that's going in... Oh, actually, hold on. I have the one that's going in there. Hold on. Yeah, right here. So this is going to be the one, the monkey fist, that's going to be in with the two knives. So you're going to get a sticker pack, the two knives, and the monkey fist. Unless Kelly wins, I'm not giving you monkey fist, Kelly. Sorry. I'll substitute something else. But, so we got the monkey fist. We're going to have a sticker pack. We're going to have the penguin, and then the rosecraft. So, let's take a look at that again. That's just gorgeous. And that just pops out of there, man. That flipper. That jimping on here is really aggressive and really ultra grippy. So, all right. Who's ready for a giveaway? I know I am. So let's get the comment picker up on the screen. So chat amongst yourselves. Wish each other good luck. All right. So first thing we want to do is get the random comment picker up. And then we want to, what I'm going to do is lose that page there. I'm going to go to YouTube and grab the link to the video. My videos. Excuse me. Oh yeah, you could easily neck carry that. Yeah, I can't really, because of the way it attaches around my belt. I can't really take it off without taking my belt off. But yes, that can easily be, because the sheath is small enough, and it actually does come with the lanyard to neck carry this. So, and with the standard scales that are much smaller, it becomes much lighter. I put these on because I knew I was going to scout carry it and not neck carry it. The knife that I generally neck carry is this guy here. Real quick. I usually neck carry the Concept Mini Corvid. You know? So this is the one that I neck carry mostly when I neck carry, because it's so small. I can wear it under a shirt and no one's ever going to see it. You know? But that is the one I usually neck carry. I'll just throw that on. You know? It's so small. Throw it right in the shirt. Nobody knows I ever have it. But that's why I carry that one. But, all right, let's get to the video. My videos. And let's see. Ooh, we've got a lot of people in there. All right. I just need to share the link. Let's get that. Let's copy the link. All right. And now we will shut that down. All right. And now let's get to the comment picker. Go full screen with the comment picker. We'll enter the link. Paste the new link in. We'll filter duplicate users. Raffle winners 1. We'll have a let's make this wheel. I don't know. Let's go. How many? All right. Sorry, folks. We'll go 45 seconds. And wheel names. Right. 4. Go get YouTube comments. Oh. What's going on here? Okay. 6. Jesus H. Christ. 9. Whoa, having a little problem here. Technical difficulties, folks. Oh, hold on. All right. Let me do this. I have to reload the page. All right. Oh, crapola. Copy link. There we go. Comment picker. Paste. Next. There we go. There we go. Hashtag. Okay. 61 comments. All right, so we have 61 comments. Let's expand the screen. All right. Who's ready? Let's hit start. And we're on the screen. Names are flashing by. Good luck, everybody. Jim Miller, you are the winner. Congratulations, Jim Miller. All right. So, Jim, my email is in description for this video. Or if you want to hit me up at Adventure50 on Instagram, but you can send me the information there. Jim, are you here? I didn't see Jim yet. Is Jim here? Because that is one of the rules. You have to be here. Jim, are you here? Jimmy, can you hear me? Yep, there's Jim. Well, you woke up just in time, Jim. Excellent. Jim, you are the winner. So you will get this beautiful Rosecraft blade that was modified by Jimmy Crow. Let me put this out of the way. You get that beautiful Rosecraft. You're going to get the QSP penguin that I put back in the box, but I will take out again. You're going to get the new version of the QSP penguin with the glide lock. Again, this was donated to the channel for the giveaway by Unprofessional Dad. Chris is awesome. And this one was donated to the channel for the giveaway by Jimmy Crow. So stop by and thank those guys. You're going to get a sticker pack, and you're going to get a monkey fist made by Kelly White, our own Kelly White. So, like I said, you can email me, adventure50 at gmail.com. My email is in the description for this video. So so you can go there and, like I said, it's in the description. I think it's in the description, but it's definitely in the description for the prize video, for the entry video. Or you can hit me up on Instagram at Adventure50. Thanks, Sheila. I owe this giveaway, like I said, to Unprofessional Dad and to Jimmy Crow. They made this happen. So, and of course Kelly White, as always, come through with the monkey fist and all that kind of cool stuff. Kelly's just awesome. What she does for our community is just absolutely amazing. And I can't thank her enough for all the hard work and sweat she puts into all of our channels. She does such a great job, But yeah, William Aries is shipping the knives tomorrow. I can't wait. So I'm sure that'll be here in time for next week's video. But yes, definitely thank everybody who donated the prizes, because, couldn't do it without them. Now the next big giveaway is, I don't think we're going to do one for the in-between giveaways at this point. I want to wait. When it gets in here properly, I want to wait until we get to 2,000. We're past 1,600 now. I think we're at like 1,630. So we're really not that far away from 2,000. And when we get to the 2,000, that's going to be a real special giveaway. That I think a lot of people are going to like. I've already had some plans for that, Well, Lou, she could branch out into fists from other animals, but they're either going to be really big or really small. And really, guys, thank you for all your support. You guys have made this channel what it is. I do the videos, but you guys participate. You guys watch the videos. You give me thumbs up. You share videos. You comment. It's awesome stuff. I really appreciate that. And this channel is growing really fast. Oh, you're welcome, LCAP. I just love doing this on Sunday nights with you guys. It's a lot of fun. We talk about different things, and sometimes we go off on tangents. you know. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really appreciate all you guys and girls, you know. There's Kelly. So again, thank Kelly, thank Unprofessional Dad, and thank Jimmy Crow, you know, for providing the prizes for the giveaway. And of course, we've got stickers from just about everybody under the sun, so you can thank everybody who's ever sent me a sticker because we've got them all. A toddler's fist. That's awesome. That is awesome. You too. Have a great evening. And I'm going to hang out here for another 10 minutes, you know, if anybody wants to hang out and just talk. And then we're going to wrap up because I have some snacks to snack on, you know. But congratulations, Jim Miller. That's awesome. And like I said, possibly by this time next week, we might be monetized. I don't know. It all depends on how it goes this week. Um, Generally, the hours spike up after every live. The problem is YouTube filters through all the views, and they eliminate some that they don't feel are valid. Um, or they like if somebody watches video 2 and 3 times, that really doesn't help. They filter those out. They only count as watching once. So that's one thing. But as somebody said last week, if you guys want to do the channel a favor, you can just throw on one of the playlists and let it play in the background while you're doing something else. That'll help build up the hours, you know. Um, Also, too, I'm very bad at advertising, but I do have my merch store. And in the description here, if you go down, if you want Adventure 50 merchandise, last week I was showing you the shoulder bag that was on there, but there are hats, t-shirts, mugs, all that kind of stuff with the Adventure 50 logo that you see everywhere. It's the one over my shoulder right there. Um, so feel free there. If anybody wants to support the channel, I do have a Yep, Kelly, you know what? I appreciate it. I could see it. My hours spiked this week. It just takes a few days, like literally, like this live won't show up in the statistics till Thursday or Friday of next week. It's that far behind. So because they filter through everything, they you know because they want to make sure everything's legit, and I don't blame them. You know, there are too many bots out there, and there are people who buy their subscribers, people who buy views. You know, there are places you can buy views. It's crazy, you know. But Lou, you make me laugh, man. Always a good time having you here. But like I said, there is the Adventure 50 merch store. If you guys want to buy any Adventure 50 merch, I'm really bad at plugging that, so you know I should get more things to show you guys too. But you can see it all if you follow the link; it'll take you right there. The prices I kept very low. I'm not really making much off of the store because I want people who want the merchandise to have it, you know, without breaking the bank for everybody. I'm trying to keep it really fair. Um, you know, so there's that, and there's the link, the Buy Me a Coffee link. If you guys do want to support the channel, anything that comes in through there just gets reinvested into the channel to buy more knives and more gear. Just some upcoming things for this upcoming week. There's going to be a new Rosecraft fixed blade video that's going to drop. Then later on in the week, there's going to be an ARC Company pouch video because ARC Company sent me a pouch that's very different than the Maxpedition pouch. So if you don't like the style of the Maxpedition, you may like the ARC Company one. So that video will be out later in the week. And then obviously pretty much daily, you're going to see, you know, my daily 1 to 2 minute carry videos. So there's that, and then we'll be back here next week at the same adventure time and the same adventure channel. You know, but okay, I will. Definitely, Sharon, I will do that. And Sharon, we have to figure out how we're going to meet up at the knife show. Also, I don't know if you know Eric Schmidt from the NAFS group. He's going to meet us there as well. He's a good guy. So I think it'd be at least three of us going to meet up there. And there may be some more. I don't know. I don't know if Caleb's going to be up to it, but if Caleb's up to it, he said he would go. But I'm not sure. That's a ways off. It's in August, so we still have some time. You know, I will check my messages from BEDC. I just can't do it while, until after we're done. All right. How can I? Where did Brian send the messages? I missed it. I must have missed it. All right, I missed it somehow. Messages. I usually talk to Brian on Instagram. Is that where we're talking? Let's see. Let's find the grams. All right, this is crazy. I don't have this tablet set up like I do my phone. What in the hell? I hate this tablet, and I love the tablet at the same time. Instagram. There we go. This might even have me. No. You know what? Sorry, folks. My log. No. Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to log off. I'm sorry to get to Brian's comments because I can't get to him on my iPad. And we're at 2 hours now anyway. So, oh, okay. Run another. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. Hold on, I missed it. Okay, we're going to run another GAW for the people who are still here. All right, Brian's got something in mind. All right, let's bring that up. Let's close that, and let's do this again. All right, for the people who are still here, Brian wants us to run another GAW. And Brian, that's absolutely awesome. I appreciate that. 1-1. And let's make this one not as long. Let's go. We'll go 30 seconds. All right. Okay. Get YouTube comments. 61. All right. Sorry. We'll go big. And we're going to start another giveaway. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. Can I make that bigger on the screen? I guess I can't, but all right, we have another giveaway going on. And this is for the people who are still here, so you have to be here to be part of this. Waylon Godfrey. Waylon, you win again. Waylon, are you still here? Is Waylon still here? Waylon, are you here, buddy? Let's see if Waylon's here. Give Waylon a couple more minutes. And if not, we'll draw again. Waylon, are you here, buddy? Or did you leave? How many people are still here? We still have a lot of people here, so it looks like Waylon has left the building. Yep, we're still going off the max position. So level on up. Yeah, if you want to go in there and put in a comment real quick. Grizzle Bear, hello there. I didn't realize you were here. I would have shouted you out earlier. Anyone? Anyone? Top Dog, are you here? I didn't see you either. If you're here, I apologize. I missed you, but all right. Let's run this again. Oh, yeah, we're losing light, so let's do it again. Let's pick another winner. All right. Ginger Fisher, are you still here? I don't think you are. I hope you are. Ginger Fisher 75, are you here? I know it's backwards, but we can all read backwards. I'm pretty sure of that. Ginger Fisher, are you here? All right. We'll wait a couple of seconds for Ginger Fisher. Guys, keep an eye out. I'm losing lights because they're not plugged in. They're charged. So I'm going to turn on the overhead light so you can actually see what this place looks like in the daylight, or not daylight, but in the light. Boom. So this is kind of what is behind me while we're recording. We've got a collection of science fiction and all kinds of stuff, guitars, amps, gold records, pictures, all kinds of fun stuff. But all right. Did Ginger Fisher show up? Ginger Fisher, are you here? All right. That one? Yep. All right. Let's go back and let's pick another winner. All right. Let's do it again. All right, here we go again. Who's going to win this time? Hopefully it's someone who's still here. Lord Maurer, I don't think you're here. I haven't seen you in a while. But Mike Maurer, if you're here, Mike Maurer, are you here? Bueller, anyone? We're going to go quick. Mike, are you here? I know, right? Right, Brian? Who would know that? All right. Let's roll again. Pick another winner. And we'll hit start. And here we go. Yep, TCal does giveaways on their live. Chris, what's up? Chris, thank you for donating the knife. Jim Miller won the knife. And Sean Field, I believe you are here. I think I just saw you recently. Sean Field, are you here? Sean Field, are you here? I could swear I just saw you a few minutes ago. At Sean F, are you here? Yeah, we may want to end up doing the numbers game. I swear, I could have swore I just saw Sean here just a few minutes ago. Oh, that's the last of those lights. All right. Sean's not here. We're going to run another one real quick. If not, we're going to go to the numbers game. I hate the numbers game, though. I really do. All right. Pick another winner. Start. Chris, the Penguin was a big hit. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. EDC King, are you here? EDC King, are you here? I know you were here earlier, but you know what? If EDC King isn't here, what we'll do is go back to the same video and we'll leave another hashtag. Let's do that. Let's pick a hashtag. All right. All right. For everybody who's still here, go back to the entry giveaway, and this time just do hashtag max, MAX, hashtag max, and we'll give it like 5 minutes for everybody to get in there. We'll just go back in, hashtag max, and we'll get a winner. And seriously, thank you everybody who's here and hanging out and stood late and all the way to the end. I appreciate that more than you people know. You guys are the best, really, really. You know, I love this community, and we're on here so long that my lights died and I had to turn the overhead lights on, so you can see, you know, what my studio looks like. So at 12:15 we will. All right. How about, all right, instead of max, if you think that's not going to work, how about hashtag 50, hashtag 50? How about that? Hashtag 50. Hashtag 50. We'll do hashtag 50. Yep, hashtag 50, but it's got to be in the comment video. So there's a GAW entry video. Everybody go there and just leave hashtag 50. Not in here, Jesse. Follow the link for the entry. Yeah, we'll take that off. We'll get rid of the filter duplicate entries. That's fine. Because we know, you know. Nice one, Ron. Yeah, no, we'll take off the filter duplicate entries. No, we got rid of max because some people were thinking it might confuse it because we already had max edition. So it's going to be hashtag 50. Hashtag 50. Hashtag and the number 50. Well, Lou, we might. So I'll just sit here playing with the lightsaber until it's time. Just a boy and his lightsaber. The number's not working?
The actual number is not working, so have them use hashtag the word 50.
Okay. I was just informed. Okay, that I'm being told 50 doesn't work. The number hashtag 50 doesn't work. How about this? Okay, so what? All right. Sorry. We'll get this right now. How about this? Okay, it doesn't have to be. Yeah, let's try that. Hold on. We will do that. We're going to try it real quick. We'll give a test run. No, hashtag 50 is not working. So how about this? Let's just, how about, yeah, I know what we're going to do. Everybody's right. Let's just do hashtag BEDC. Hashtag BEDC. Hashtag BEDC, all caps. And in that way, all right. Correct, just like that. BEDC, all one word. Yep. Very nice, Derek. Yep, all one word, BEDC, just like every showing it on screen here. Sorry, this got a little chaotic at the end. Brian threw us a curveball, but it's a good curveball, so I appreciate that, Brian. All caps, BEDC. Yep. Oh. Let's refresh the page. All right. All right, so far we have 35 comments in there. So I mean, some of you folks haven't commented yet. We'll give it to 20 after. All right, just give it another couple of minutes. Nope, we shouldn't have any ghosts this time. So, all right. We're going to run it. We're going to run it. Got the wheel. All right, so we've got the wheel, and we're going to run it. And the wheel is running. Good luck, everybody. Stacy, you are the winner. Stacy Bolsterblades, you are the winner. Brian, what did she win? Congratulations, Stacy. Brian, if you're still here, now we have to let Stacy know what she won. Wait. Did I see? Stacy's giving the prize to Brown Sugar. Congratulations, Brown Sugar. All right, so Brown Sugar, contact Brian and give him your information, and he will get that out to you. It's going to be a mystery, so you'll have to tell us after you get it. But congratulations, Brown Sugar, and Stacy. Thank you for being kind. That's awesome. That's what this community is. Just awesome. So again, Brown Sugar, just get your information over to Brian and he'll take care of that. And Brian, thank you so much. I appreciate that, buddy. You're absolutely awesome. All right, I wish I could hug every one of you guys. Just pretend I'm hugging you. Big group hug. On that note, thank you, everybody. I am going to shut this down because I do have to get up for work tomorrow. But thank you so much, and I will see you guys during the week and everybody else's lives, and then we'll be back here again next Sunday. All right, folks. As I always say, until we meet again, keep your blade sharp. Good night, guys.